This review comes directly from Piggly Wiggly's discount bin, because a Lion King knockoff can't be worth more than that, especially as a sequel series. Simba the King Lion was a pseudo-sequel to the Jungle Book anime dubbed by Mondo TV. And while it ripped off ideas from The Lion King and Kimba the White Lion, it was entertaining due to just how insane it was. Can I say the same for Simba Jr.? No, and it'll become apparent soon enough. Now, the title of the series varies, as Wikipedia calls it Simba Jr. Goes to New York and the World Cup, while the cartoon's opening sequence calls it Simba Jr. to the World Cup. Orlando Corradi only directed this series this time, but don't get your hopes up, because whoever was on writing duty was either high on drugs or was watching too much Animal Olympics. Oh, and unlike the previous series, this one is only 26 episodes long, kinda like with the sequel to Jungle Emperor Leo, but instead of covering mature themes related to growing up, Leo and family just play the beautiful game this whole time. You all better brace yourselves if this is your first time learning about this series, and if you already knew about it from other reviewers, well, I hope you get something out of my take. So let's get started. I'll try to summarize these episodes and skim through filler, but what kicks off this crazy adventure involves the kidnapping of Winner. You remember Winner, right? The toy poodle that also serves as Mondo TV's mascot character? Well, before he gets taken away, we learn that Simba wants his son to learn discipline. So on top of his studies to become the next king, he should still have fun. So...
discipline is essential. In soccer, too. It's a team sport based on individual ability.
Ball control and coordination.
General, sir, since I can see you're still skeptical, I want you to organize a soccer match.
Animals playing soccer. Where have I seen this before?
Oh no, right in the... Ladies and gentlemen, Custer has the ball, and yes, Custer passed them out to go. Hey, the Jungle Kings have possession of the ball.
I can't believe they would rip off Dingo Pictures! Oh wait, this came out before that movie. Oh well!
Your team against mine, General.
Do you intend to play too?
Of course, General. Once I was considered the best striker in the jungle.
Now, I won't point out every retcon in this series, or else we'd be here all week. But let me get out the common problems right now, like plot points not matching up to events, choppy and reused animation, awkward facial expressions, character names being changed for no good reason, like Buckshot to Bimby, long drawn-out scenes of nothing happening, and awkward editing. So while they want to set up their own soccer match here at home, what gets everyone to New York is caused by Winner following this pet dog that some random human owns. The pet owner ends up taking Winner away since she is a hunter, and Junior and Luce, now named Light, go after him.
Oh, that's a hunting rifle.
Nice to see they still like showing animal death. The animal's special magic power is still a thing, as is Flash and his electric power.
Do you think he has a strange disease? No, but I feel strange.
And he talks coherently now? Ew. He feels as if something is happening, then spends a lot of time doing nothing. Dead air is a common thing for this series, more so than in the previous one. But now everyone else learns that Winner was taken, because Flash can emit and read radio waves. Or is it telepathy? I think it's telepathy. The second episode even replays a different version of that scene, and they already changed his voice. Here they are back to back.
No, but I feel strange.
Professor, I'm afraid our dear friend Winner is in some kind of terrible danger.
Anyway, they seek advice from Arbor, who apparently has a whole army of talking trees. I guess Big Mom got busy with giving them souls or something, and through them, the animals learn that Winter is on a plane en route to New York. Oh darn, guess he's a lost cause. Nah, Arbor can take them directly there with his magic tree gina. I mean, he did just warp through the magic cave pool, but Junior isn't coming since he has to take care of everyone back home. Ooh, I'm so angry I could just growl intensity. Winter does escape from captivity, but soon he's lost in the Big Apple. Just like our heroes, who warped to Central Park. How are they gonna get around in a place they've never been to? Well, I'm sure they'll manage, so let's waste even more time with a song that shows flashbacks from the previous series.
Take that.
Yes, I too remember how joyous it was to mercilessly zap my most hated enemy during a song. So far, it just seems like a continuation of Simba's adventures, rather than about his son. Most of the time is spent digging around, navigating the city at night, but the most insane thing about it comes when they head underground and they meet... I mean, the previous series established the existence of anthros like Thin and Excel, now just called Fat Rat and Thin Rat, but I think now the show is going even crazier with it. They are as big as Simba, let alone a small human. How has no one found them at all? I dig their theme song though.
Mister, what can I say? You got two chances.
The rats easily get their butts kicked, and somehow this is gonna lead to a turf war? What is this? In another encounter, the rats are more prepared and they end up capturing our heroes. The children, watching all this happen through the magic pool, decide they want to help, and they hypnotize Arbor so Junior can go to New York via his father's cape. That was surprisingly easy. While they're in New York, Shere Khan's brother, Berdan, now called Tiger the First, shows up to take advantage of Simba's absence. Or doesn't, because that wouldn't be fair now, would it? And as the kids explore the sewers, we learn the identity of the mysterious radio host, Catsfur. Care to guess what he is?
Just listen to this, friends.
It's a ghost!
So, we have a society of rat gangs and ghost cats that run the underground radio network. We haven't even gotten to the soccer portion of the series, and already this tops the dinosaur world portion of the first series. So when the children meet him, he leads them to where they need to go to start battling the rats, who are now about as big as this one leopard cub. Great continuity indeed. Meanwhile, Simba and group were performing in front of rat civilians to ask for their help. And at the same time as when Junior defeats the rat gang, hoping to lead them to them, said civilians are won over. As we enter episode 7, I have to ask, what does this have to do with the World Cup? Did the writers lose track on what they set out to do?
Greetings, noble sire.
Ah!
Ah, the Waverly Route. Excellent. I'm a stringer for your network. When I heard you call, I came.
Anyway, Light and Junior convince a dog named MJ Fox to help find their parents. And after Simba's group deals with more rats while trying to get away, both sides reunite. They all learn that Tiger has taken over their home, but they still need to find Winner. In the end, the parents decide to go home while leaving the kids with MJ. Does this mean we'll finally get to the damn World Cup? No. First, we have to let everyone back home know about the children being in New York. The show provides more flashbacks to when Simba was a cub, while the children try getting out of the sewer full of piranhas.
All will be done in a matter of minutes. Egg rolls and blintzes and sushi and pasta. Little piranhas, you've now met your master.
Okay, at what point do they even get into soccer? So not even until halfway into the series. Great. Simba solves the tiger problem by turning him into a good guy through hypnosis. Because of this, Tiger gets overthrown, and the rest of his group joins Simba's in peace. As for Winner, he found himself becoming a soccer coach for a bunch of animals. Quite the jump from being lost to suddenly becoming in charge of a soccer team, but Junior and group don't actually get into soccer until a bit later, since right now we have more pressing issues, like this ongoing subplot involving Light crushing on MJ.
You didn't have to be so mean to him.
Oh, you don't know these low-life types like I do, Princess.
If she were older, I could maybe understand, but she's clearly a cub. Yes, I totally agree with you there. Okay, so eventually the gang reunites with Winner and they agree to help him reach the World Cup. And the parents, overhearing this thanks to Arbor's tree powers, are cool with letting them do this. In fact, Simba and the others even return to New York just so they can watch up close. This also raises so many questions about animal society now. Like, why is there a sports stadium for animals? How are there so many different animals from all across the world? Why do they wear clothing when they're not actually anthro? How do they have video cameras? Does this mean they have TVs? How come no humans have ever come across this place? Where is this even? Also, is Junior's team called Mondo TV? Or is it just some sponsor where they got their clothes from? What is even anything at this point?
It just raises too many questions.
You not do that. Ho! And I go for you too.
Ugh. At least the first series was about a lion cub growing up to become an overpowered wizard. But now this series seems like an extended version of all the scenes where characters were laughing, crying, looking away awkwardly, the works. Our heroes don't even get their first match until episode 16, and even then it feels like padding. Without subplots like MJ teaching soccer to his new friends, or Winner coaching his team to do well, it's just introducing teams, getting commentary from the audience, etc. The first half of the series was interesting and insane, and it felt like a real continuation of the previous series that shows the newest generation succeeding the older one. But as soon as soccer gets brought in, the show starts slogging to a point where we get little character development without seeing them play, while we get other teams playing and eating the runtime. I hate to use this clip here, but
It's so boring.
even when they do attempt at some kind of drama, like MJ getting the team into trouble by partying constantly, or Genius trying to get young animals back home to play soccer, it doesn't feel interesting. I frankly don't care if they even win the cup or not, since there's nothing to root for. There's hardly any substance to these episodes, and it's really difficult to sit through. The most drama happens in episode 22, when MJ hangs out with his old friends despite needing to maintain a good example for the team. This leads to Light being told to keep an eye on him, since she's the only person he'll listen to. Again, they're shipping the two, and she gets jealous when MJ hits on this one dog from earlier. And then
I said I want a shot of red eye. Start pouring now, honey. Grab a bottle, grab a glass. Where's the action? Move your... Oh, no. Hit me again.
when I was asking for something crazy to happen, this was not what I had in mind. Otherwise, it's back to boring stuff like Winner signing on to coach a different team next season. I mean, he was kind of doing that already before he started with our main group, so what's the big deal? So with only 3 episodes to go, the team makes it to the finals. We learn that Winner had always dreamed of being involved in soccer since his days as a pet, and through the usual antics, the team wins the World Cup. Episode 25 is mostly about receiving medals, partying,
Looks like good cheese. Oh, phooey. Thanks a lot. See you around. Hey!
I always thought he was gay.
Were you disappointed by that? Oh, and we still have to resolve the romance between Light and MJ. She got so upset that she knocked him out with a wine bottle, only to learn from that other dog that MJ really was in love with her. Awkward doesn't even begin to describe the moment, but he's okay with it. The final episode involves everyone returning to Africa, showing off their trophy, and of course, Light trying to convince her mother that she wants to be with MJ.
You're a lion. He's a dog.
He loves me as much as I love him.
Sweetheart, an eagle can't fall in love with a sparrow.
It's love that counts, not retractable claws. I never thought I'd hear my own family spout racism.
Ugh! They really want to pull this on us now? I could care less about different animal species banging in fiction, but you are way too young to be with him. So as she sulks, the magic pond transports her to some kind of kingdom, where we see some frog king talking with 2 humans and a dog.
Nonetheless, that danger is ever present all around us, and it behooves us to take every possible preparation and precaution against it.
It took them to the final episode to give us something approaching the earlier episodes, and this is what they choose to go with? Like, what is even this? A human couple needing aid from a frog king, and then the pond leads to another place in time where beastmen are fighting cave people and animals? And now there are dragons and dinosaurs fighting each other? What is going on?
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
Quick, we must move.
Yes, at once.
I don't understand.
Important thing now is to save the child's life. We'll explain later, all right?
You better explain, because I don't even know what to think anymore. How is this tied to winning the World Cup? And I guess this was happening in the present time, because they fight against wolves in Bimbi's forest, and then Arbor warps them to Simba's jungle. We learn this baby is the son of the 5th Oracle. I don't even get this. Oh, it was all just a crazy dream? Or is it a prophecy? Must be, given Light's special power. And now that one lioness shaman from the first series is back, but with a male voice, and she's telling MJ to help Light save the universe and this one human child.
Find the child of the 5th Oracle and protect him.
With my life, Your Majesty, it's an honor to serve you.
You will be serving the universe, my son.
Would you believe we met in the sewers?
Good luck, and don't worry. My daughter will guide you.
My guiding light.
Looks like you picked yourself a winner. I wish I could say the same for her.
There's nothing like a retired roue.
Oh, if you'll take the advice of an old hand, always drink bottled water and never, ever buy a taco from a street vendor. Montezuma is always ready to strike. Never phone ahead for a reservation. Walk-ins can always knock down the list price. And if the place is full...
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
I have so many questions! Well, that's Simba Jr. for you. If you haven't figured it out already, it was far less Junior and more Light and MJ shipping while soccer happens. Like I said, the first half shares the same storytelling style with Simba the King Lion to an exaggerated degree, given the sort of threat our heroes had to face in New York. It then slows to a crawl with the soccer tournament, only to throw in this crazy revelation which leads to another series called Winner and the Golden Child, making that the 3rd or 4th series to spawn in Mondo TV's strange continuity of TV shows relating to the Jungle Book anime. Keep in mind, the Jungle Book anime was dubbed in 1990, Simba the King Lion came out in 1996, Simba Jr. came out in 1998, and the next series that I'll have to cover eventually? 2004! Just a bit of a gap, wouldn't you say? I just find it fascinating that they made a show that tried to imitate The Lion King and Kimba, then make a show that felt like the animal soccer segment of Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and then end with a tie-in to a series that wouldn't even be made until 6 years later. Just what was the thought process behind all of this? Oh, who am I kidding? It's Mondo TV! It's going to be insane no matter what they do. Overall, Simba Jr. is not very good. If you had to see any of this, only watch the first half and then the final episode, since the soccer segments are dull and boring. I'm the Media Hunter. Media's my prey, and reviewing them my way.